Hello friends, welcome to the NCERT sessions. In this video I am going to explain chapter 6 of class 6 NCERT geography. The title of the book is Major Landforms of the Earth. Here you can see the definition of a hill. A hill is a land surface that rises higher than the surroundings of the area. Generally, a steep hill with an elevation of more than 600 meters is termed as a mountain. The landforms are the results of two processes. Within the earth, a continuous movement is taking place. As we all know, the earth is moving. So the internal process leads to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. The second one is the external process in which continuous wearing down and rebuilding of land surface taking place. The wearing away of the earth's surface is called erosion. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice and wind. Broadly, we can differentiate these landforms depending on elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus and plains. First, let's see mountains. This mountain is a natural elevation of the earth's surface. These mountains have small summit and a broad base. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Okay, here you can see a broad base, and as you come up you can see a small summit. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. In some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. These are called glaciers. You can also find the mountains under the sea, but you cannot see. Some mountains which are arranged in a line are called ranges. Many mountain systems consist of series of parallel ranges which extends over hundreds of kilometers. For example, Himalayas, Alps and Andes are the mountain ranges of Asia, Europe and South America respectively. These mountains vary in heights and shapes. So mountains can be broadly divided into three types: fold mountains, block mountains and volcanic mountains. This is very important. The Himalayan mountains and the Alps are the young fold mountains with rugged relief and have high conical peaks. Next we have Aravalli range in India, is one of the oldest fold mountain systems in the world. This range has considerably worn down due to the process of erosion. Then we have Appalachians in North America and the Ural mountains in Russia, which have rounded features and low elevation. These are very old fold mountains. Next we have block mountains. These block mountains are created when large areas are broken and displaced vertically. The uplifted blocks are termed as horst and lowered blocks are called graben. Here you can see the uplifted part is called horst and the lower part is called graben. Next we have the Rhine Valley and the Vosges mountains in Europe are the examples of block mountains. Next we have volcanic mountains. These are formed due to volcanic activity. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan are the examples of such mountains. Through mountains many rivers flow and they are also the source of glaciers. Reservoirs are made and the water is hardened for the use of the people. Water from the mountains also used for the irrigation and generation of hydroelectricity. The river valleys and terraces are ideal for cultivation of crops. Mountains have a rich variety of flora and fauna. Then we have plateaus. So plateau is a elevated flat land. It is flat topped tableland standing above the surrounding area. Plateaus have one or more sides with steep slopes. The height of the plateaus varies. Plateaus, like mountains, may be young or old, same like mountains. The Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateau. The East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda and the Western Plateau of Australia are the three examples. Then we have the Tibet Plateau, which is the highest plateau in the world with a height of 4,000 to 6,000 meters. Plateaus are very rich in mineral deposits. As a result, many mining areas in the world are located in the plateau areas. Next we have the African Plateau, which is famous for gold and diamonds mining. In India, huge reserves of iron, coal and manganese are found in the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So in the plateau areas we can also see many waterfalls. In India we have true falls in the Chota Nagpur Plateau on the river Subarnarekha, and the Jog Falls in Karnataka are the examples of such waterfalls. Here we have the lava plateaus, which are rich in black soil that are fertile and good for the cultivation. Next we have plains. Plains are very large stretches of the land area. These are not more than 200 meters above the sea level. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. Generally, plains are very fertile. Construction of the transport network is easy. Plains have the very thickly populated regions of the world. Some of the largest plains made by the rivers are found in Asia and North America. For example, in Asia, these plains are formed by Ganga and Brahmaputra in India and Yangtze in China. Because of the fertile soils, the land is highly productive for cultivation. In India, the Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated regions of the country. Next, we have different landforms. Here you can see a polluted river. This is called Rope Bridge in Arunachal Pradesh. These are the different landforms. You can see deserts here, forests here, river, etc. Okay, this is all about the chapter 6. Thank you.